Good afternoon. I, Vishwarupa Rath, welcome you all to the digital media platform of Uday India. Here are today's highlights. The Supreme Court indicated today that it would investigate a request to hear petitions contesting the remissions given to 11 prisoners in Bilkis Bano case in an urgent hearing. In accordance with its policy on remission and premature release, the Gujarat government released 11 of the convicts in the 2002 murder and gang rape of Bilkis Bano on August 15, after one of the convict, Radhesham Shah, filed a petition with Supreme Court. Shah has served 15 years and 4 months in prison after being given a life sentence by CBI court in Mumbai in 2008. This was said during the mention of one of these petitions by attorney Aparna Bhatt before the bench, which was presided over by Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramana. Three petitioners, including Revati Lal, an independent journalist, and CPIM leader Subhashini Ali, filed the argument. Mahua Moitra, a member of Trinamool Congress, has also filed a second petition. On Monday night in Goa, 42-year-old BJP leader Sonali Phogat passed away from a heart attack. Along with some of her staff, she was visiting Goa. She reported feeling uneasy and was rushed to the hospital. In a tweet, Chief Minister M.L. Khattar shared his sorrow. He wrote, and quote, deeply heartbroken to read about Sonali Phogat passing, and quote. A short time before she passed away, the politician actor posted pictures and videos on Instagram. Sonali Phogat ran as a BJP candidate from Adampur in 2019 Haryana election. Kuldeep Bisnoi, a candidate for Congress at the time, defeated her. With the help of her TikTok videos, Sonali Phogat gained fame and amassed a sizable fan base. She made her TV anchoring debut in 2006 before joining the BJP in 2008. The petitions filed by Shiv Sena, a rival group in relation to political developments in the state of Maharashtra, were referred by the Supreme Court to a constitutional bench today. The petitions were referred to a five-judge bench by a three-judge panel made up of Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana, Justice Krishna Murari, and Justice Hima Kohli, after noting that significant constitutional problems arose. The Chief Justice of India agreed to post the case before Constitutional Bench the day after tomorrow to consider the interim relief in response to a request made by senior advocate Kapil Sibal, speaking on behalf of Uddhav camp to prevent the Election Commission of India from making a decision regarding Eknath Shinde's claim to be the official Shiv Sena party. Manish Sisodia, the Deputy Chief Minister, has come under fire from the BJP after saying he was, and quote, offered CM's seat, and quote, by the BJP and that all cases would be closed if he left the Aam Aadmi Party and joined the Saffron Party. The existing conflict between AAP and BJP over Delhi's excise policy was further fueled by Sisodia's accusation. Arvind Kejriwal, the leader of the AAP, asserted that Operation Lotus has been thwarted and that the CBI ED raids were intended to overthrow his administration. The BJP refuted the accusation and criticized AAP for using victim card. The shocking charges came days after CBI searched Sisodia's home over allegations of corruption in Delhi government's liquor policy. To attend a defense ministerial conclave of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, the defense minister Rajnath Singh, at the time of writing this news, was currently flying to the capital of Uzbekistan, Tashkent. In addition to their equivalents from other SCO member countries, General Wei Fenghe of China, Sergei Shoigu of Russia are anticipated to attend the meeting. On September 15 and 16, the SCO summit will take place in Samarkand. The SCO summit is anticipated to discuss issues relating to regional security, such as conditions in Afghanistan and Ukraine. One of the biggest transgressional international organizations, the SCO, is a significant economic and security bloc. In 2017, India and Pakistan were admitted as permanent members. Yoga master Ramdev was warned by Supreme Court today for his comments opposing allopathy. A Supreme Court panel led by Chief Justice N.V. Ramana ruled that Ramdev may launch advertising to promote Ayurveda, but should refrain from disparaging other medical practices in the nation. Supreme Court inquired further about the assurance that Ramdev's method will effectively treat all illnesses. Chief Justice N.V. Ramana said, and quote, "Why is Baba Ramdev accusing allopathy doctors? He popularized yoga, good, but he should not criticize other systems. What is the guarantee that what he follows will cure everything?" Unquote. He added, "How can he say all this, accusing all the doctors as if they are killers? Huge advertisements are there in all newspapers. He cannot abuse doctors and other systems of medicine. It is better he restrains himself from abusing other systems." Unquote. The Indian Medical Association petitioned the Supreme Court alleging that defamation campaigns had been launched against allopathic drugs, physicians, and the COVID 19 immunizations. The petition said that, among other things, the campaign also disseminate the myths that, and quote, "bones will weaken," unquote, and, quote, "your immunity will go down," unquote. T. Raja Singh, a contentious member of Bharatiya Janata Party, was suspended from organization today, just hours after he had been detained for allegedly insulting Prophet Muhammad. In addition, the party issued Singh a 10-day show cause notice asking him to justify his continued membership, according to news agency ANI. After demonstration broke out yesterday in a number of areas of Hyderabad, including the south, east, and west zones, calling for action against Ghosha Mahal MLA, FIR was filed against him. Singh was heard insulting Islam and Muslims in a purported video that went viral on social media. A five-star hotel in Mumbai received a hoax bomb threat call on Monday, demanding a ransom of rupees 5 crore to avert multiple explosions. The call was received at Mumbai's Lalit Hotel at around 6 p.m., said sources. The unidentified caller claimed that bombs were placed at 4 locations in the Lalit Hotel and threatened to blow them up if the hotel's management refuses to pay them rupees 5 crore ransom. However, it turned out to be a hoax as no bomb was found anywhere in the hotel during security checks. To plug the leakages in tax collection system, the Municipal Corporation of Delhi has now fixed a target for the Property Tax Department. The MCD has doubled the target and set it at rupees 3,850 crore from its present tax collection of around rupees 2,000 crore. A senior official of MCD said this also means the corporation would be stricter in collecting its taxes and imposing penalties on defaulters. So people are requested to pay their dues on time. We noticed that New Delhi Municipal Council, which is very small in area, collects around rupees 1,000 crores in taxes. By this count, the MCD tax collection is much less, said the senior official. The NDMC has jurisdiction over less than 20% of Delhi's area. In Madhya Pradesh, heavy rainfall is continuing in many districts since the last several days. In view of incessant rains in the state, schools are still closed in many districts, including Bhopal, Indore, Ujjain, Ratlam, Sagar, Vidisha, Ashoknagar, and Shivpuri. AIR correspondent reports that Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan is constantly monitoring the situation. After inspecting the rain affected areas, Mr. Chauhan informed that in the last 24 hours, 405 persons trapped in waterlogging have been rescued and about 2,300 people have been shifted to safer places. The situation is worst in 14 districts of the state. Of these, 10 districts have recorded more than 6 inches of rain so far. Betwa River is flowing 3 feet above the danger mark in Vidisha district. About 100 villages are submerged in floodwater. 163 villages of Raisin have been engulfed in floodwater. Shifna River in Mandsaur and Pavati River in Guna are flowing at their maximum level. There are 13 gates of Bargi Dam open in the state. At the same time, 12 gates of Indira Sagar Dam, 8 of Gandhi Sagar Dam, 14 of Mohanpura, and 18 of Omkareshwar Dam have to be opened. South African Army Chief Lieutenant General Lawrence Khulekani Batha today met Army Chief General Manoj Pandey in New Delhi. General Batha received a guard of honor at South Block this morning. Earlier, the South African Army chief laid a wreath and paid his respects to martyr soldiers at the National War Memorial. General Batha is on a 4-day visit to India in view of strengthening military ties between the two nations. On 3rd of August, India and South Africa held the third session of the 11th round of Foreign Office consultation in New Delhi, where both sides reviewed the entire spectrum of bilateral relations. Both sides reviewed the entire spectrum of bilateral relations covering political exchanges, defense, economic and commercial issues, consular matters, cooperation in the field of agriculture, health, energy and minerals, human resource development, art, culture, sports, and import of cheetahs from South Africa for reintroduction in India. China yesterday announced that it will issue visas to Indian students who have been waiting for over 2 years to return to their Chinese universities due to Beijing's strict COVID restrictions. The announcement made on the website of Chinese embassy in New Delhi said that the updated allocation procedures will be effected from 24th of August, which will be applicable to various categories of Indian travelers, including students, businessmen, and families of those working in China. However, tourist visa is not yet allowed. A senior official from Chinese Foreign Ministry who had recently come back to China after completing her tenure in Chinese embassy in New Delhi has also tweeted, confirming the same and welcoming Indian students. As per the announcement, the X1 visa will be issued to students who intended to go to China to pursue long term study for higher academic education, including newly enrolled students and students who wish to return to China to resume their studies. Over 23,000 Indian students, mostly studying medicine, are reportedly stuck back home due to COVID visa restrictions. A US official said on Monday that US has information suggesting that Russia is preparing to shortly conduct new assault against the government and civilian infrastructure of Ukraine. And quote, according to the information we have, Russia is preparing to conduct strikes against the government and civilian infrastructure of Ukraine in upcoming days. We are concerned about the ongoing threat that Russian strike present to people and civilian infrastructure given Russia's track record in Ukraine, and quote, added the diplomat. The assertion, according to official, was supported by dated American intelligence. Pakistan's ousted Prime Minister Imran Khan has been granted protective bail till Thursday in a terrorism case registered against him. Political tensions in Pakistan escalated on Monday as police announced they had filed terrorism charges against ousted Prime Minister Imran Khan for allegedly threatening public officials in a speech during a rally on Saturday. As Imran's party, the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, warned of nationwide protest if he was arrested. Hundreds of his supporters gathered around his residence to prevent their leader from being taken into custody. Meanwhile, Imran moved Islamabad High Court and was granted pre-arrest bail until August 25. This was it for today. Stay tuned for latest news updates.